Hi everyone, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for July 12th. It is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, yet the reading still makes sense, please utilize the reading. I believe Spirit has a way of finding our messages when we need them rather than when they're originally created for. If you watch daily, we are building upon the Sunday reading and the readings that came before this week. You can always reference the Sunday reading as the underpinning energy, and that is populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. So you can always check that out. If you're new to me, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the daily video. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about, how to support the channel, what decks I'm using, how to book a private reading. All of that stuff is available to you there. Ways to support the channel. If you could please hit that thumbs up button, even if you're not staying around and you're only just watching the video for a first time. Please hit that thumbs up button, leave me a question or comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel out on your social media feeds with your friends. Let people know about me, please, because help me to grow the channel. I greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are new subscribers, please say hello in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that too. So let's see where these cards are going this week. We had a really interesting Sunday reading. I didn't necessarily like it, to be honest. And then after I did it in the morning, later that day, something kicked off that made the reading make a whole lot of different sense, at least to my life. So hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Each reading is going to be a broad spectrum reading, so I speak in broad terms. You have to figure out where it fits, if at all, in your life. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not on your path or anything like that. You just might be working on something different than the majority of the viewers that watch this particular video. So let's get into this and see what the cards have to say today. God, this card stock on this deck is great, but the card stock just sucks. I mean, if you look at how bent the cards are, they're very weak. Okay, so our card for today is the Star. I'll take it. Jesus Christ, will I take it. The Star is my favorite card of the deck. It is associated with the sign of Aquarius, right? And it says here on the card, hope, confidence, and rejuvenation. So the Star is oftentimes a very quiet, subtle energy. I feel it's a very peaceful energy. It's the card that follows the sort of discord of the Tower, right? It's that sort of reestablishing of our own well-being, our own centeredness, our own sort of awareness of our light, you know, how we shine, what we're capable of, where our strengths lie. And not necessarily having to broadcast it or force it down anybody's throat. It's more, for me, the Star feels like a more internal card, right? It feels more like it is about us settling within ourselves, finding that peace, that calm. I love how this Star is coming up out of the beach, like it's almost emerging again. We could be emerging from a situation that has been hard, difficult, or challenging. Underneath this, we have that Death card, right? From Sunday's reading. That Death card speaks to the idea of transformation, things coming to an end. Maybe things, that we don't necessarily want coming to an end, but it's inevitable. But what I feel like with this Star card is it feels like we might be finding peace with that transformation. We might be settling into that transformation, adjusting in a way that puts ourselves first and puts ourselves in a space of peace and quiet. I do find it interesting that we're seeing so many major arcana because we do have the Star up underneath this card, and yesterday was the Justice card. So also Libra and air energy. So we should be clearing our mind, our thoughts, finding better peace in our communication or what we need to communicate. Sometimes the Star isn't necessarily about outward communication as much as it's about an internal dialogue that we're having with ourselves that allows us to find that peace and wholeness within. So go after that, right? Achieve that. Heal with that in a way is my feeling. There's this definite healing that takes place with the Star that I like. It's like this I don't know if coming to terms is the right phrase, but it's kind of like coming to terms or awareness with who we are, what we're worth in a very quiet sort of profound way. So allowing that to be your guide today, allowing that peace, that centeredness, that solace even to reemerge within is kind of the key today, right? Um, the star is also not necessarily going to be wavered or involved in other people's drama. This is a very, in my opinion, a very internalized card. So this could be about taking time for ourselves. This could be about taking time and separating to gain that clarity, to gain that peace, and to really own who we are and what we're worth. Does that make sense? So be aware of that today and call upon the energy of the star to bring you peace if you find that the transformation of the shifts and changes that are going on, which would be that death card, are a little too big or still unwarranted or maybe slightly uncomfortable. We have the opportunity here to maintain our own comfort, our own peace, our own sense of self, and really excel today. So oh wow, card number 1, the magnetism of Eros. Jesus. Eros is the god of love, and the magnetism of it. It's interesting. We have these two figures kind of swirling about in this love, or in this red energy, right? Energy, red to me, it signifies love. It signifies passion. It signifies the first chakra, which is where we ground from. This is the first card of the deck, which means that the focus should be on the self. I always think of number 1 as the self. The magnetism of Eros. I haven't read the definition yet. This is a new card to me, but I'm going to say that we attract what we love, or we have the potential to attract what we love, but we need to maintain that piece of the star while doing it. We need to maintain that solidarity within ourselves. We need to understand what we're worth, what we're deserving of. This confidence and hope, keeping that alive, even in the midst of the swirling red, right? Even in the midst of the change of, say, the death card. That can be challenging, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to give up ourselves, our desires, our loves. We need to stay strong with who we are and move through that. What was the card from Sunday? Was it Cupid Dissolvi? It was card number 2. So that Cupid Dissolvi also is about sort of love in a way and letting things fall away that aren't working for us, that aren't producing the goal within us. Even if a situation, my feeling is with that death card underneath this, even if a situation doesn't necessarily feel complete, whole, or fulfilling, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't feel complete and whole and fulfilled while dealing with it. Does that make sense? Let me read you Magnetism of Eros. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Also, allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. The magnetism of Eros is our soul's fascination with that which appears different and calls us at a deep level. This soul deep and attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate, and willing to engage with life, other people, and new vitalizing pathways and practices that inspire us. It keeps us moving on our authentic life path, living by the call of the heart. This oracle indicates that your heart is being called to a particular path or way in life. It may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of the heart is to honor the needs of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you into unknown and intriguing territory. It can feel liberating, but also unsettling as you let go of known worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your life path, and your higher purpose it is meant to be. Eros is a Greek word for love. On a spiritual level, Eros is our passionate, open, engaged love for life. When we experience Eros, we are ready to embrace our journey. It is an affirmation of life. Its opposite is the destructive drive known as Thanatos, which is the drive behind our undermining, self-defeating, and self-harming behaviors. We may engage in such negative behaviors in a misguided attempt to heal ourselves or to make ourselves feel better. When we act negatively, despite our best intentions to be positive, part of us is trying to tell a story that is yet to be fully heard. Until that story is heard, we cannot let it go. We get stuck in a negative loop. To resolve the negative Thanatos drive within us and in our world, we need Eros. We need to embrace life, including our negative experiences. By acknowledging and healing our suffering, we can find the courage and wisdom to live more fully. The challenging gift of Eros leads us into our vulnerability. From there, we can also recognize our strength and dignity. We become able to let go and heal. This oracle brings the message that life has particular gifts to share with you. There is the promise of deep soulful connection with your true self and with others, and a healing realization that you are truly desired and loved. You are encouraged to explore new pathways, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so, more so if they involve personal healing. This oracle indicates a path is opening up for you. It may not be the easiest way forward, but when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know something truly special is unfolding for you all through this pathway. Trust where your heart is leading you. Healing process. Take a moment to consciously connect with your breath and ground your awareness in the present moment. Place your hands over your heart. Can you connect with what it is to feel vulnerable, to have needs? This may be easy or difficult for you to acknowledge. Whatever you experience is absolutely fine. To feel vulnerable, you need to be loved, heard, held, and seen, for example, is acceptable and essential to your human journey. As you connect with your heart, imagine, feel, or intend that a beautiful white light is shining from afar. It loves you and is reaching out to reassure, comfort, and protect you. If you can allow it to truly hold you, relax into its embrace and imagine the light wrapping itself around you like a loving cloak. As you do this, you may sense your heart and mind letting go of a tension you didn't realize you had been holding. You may sense that this white light is in your heart, reaching for you always from deep within. Rest in the awareness for as long as it feels best for you. You have completed your healing process. This light that they talk about in this card, I feel like is also the light of the star. The star emanates a soft, brilliant light, right? Knowing her worth, her value, her skill, without having to prove it to anyone or, make it without need for like outside validation is my feeling, right? So these two cards are very beautiful sort of homecoming in a way to ourselves. And from there, we're able to own who we are, what we're worth, and what we're deserving of. And then we're able to kind of allow that Eros love, that swirl of pursuit to come in, even if we're doubtful about it. Even if there's, this death card sits underneath it. Maybe some of us are scared to death of what we want or what we're going after. And we need to find that peace within ourselves, the truth that we saw in Justice's card yesterday. We need to answer that truth with the truth that is who we are and what we want, what we deserve, and then follow after that. Let's see what the hidden truth card is. And for those of you that stated that you missed the grounding stones, I do too, kind of, but I'm just trying to finish up this month with these cards as the way they are. I watch your social media. Hi. This is some of that looking from afar, looking at that white light, and then maybe realizing that white light's out there for you and available to you. I watch your social media means that I feel like there might be some of us that are connected to people that are further away from us than we wish, that we want to be connected to them. We may be fearful of this connection, or we may be fearful of not being capable of maintaining it, keeping it, deserving of it. The star indicates to me that we are deserving of it. If watching, I don't want to take it so literally, but like, if we're looking at something from afar, I'm going to take the social media aspect out of it, but if we're looking at something from afar and going, oh, God, I wish I was there, right? Whether it be a situation, a job, a relationship, continue to watch it from there, right? Or continue to keep eyes on it, continue to follow that desire, that eros, that love, even if it feels unobtainable, even if it doesn't feel possible. Continue to kind of connect to it and understand the power that is within you, even if it's a soft, quiet power. That would be the star. Allow the transformations and the deaths to fall away. Allow the societal beliefs or the voices of our mothers or our friends saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, it's not possible, or whatever might be ruminating in our head that's undermining us or talking us out of it. Maybe we need to not be talked out of it. Maybe we need to listen to the voice that is within. That would be the power of the star. Keep focused. This I watch your social media feels like keep focused on what it is that we desire, even if it's feeling like it's outside of our grasp. The card, this card about Eros does state that like it's out there for us. We just need to believe that it's there. Okay? That is your forecast for today. I hope that makes sense. Remember, we have that King of Wands coming in here too, which he would be very passionate and very much this Eros energy starting to infiltrate and affect us. He's an action taker and makes things happen. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, share the video out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye-bye.